Society Net. I'm Dave, 87BYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take video with fast scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters. The crossband repeater that spits out images is 1.2 gigahertz. So with that, I'll pause in case anybody has emergency traffic or to make a contact before our net gets fully underway here on the 08 machine this evening. Again, this is Dave, 87BYM. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. Noise and traffic so far checked into the net this evening is Rock 87QKQ, Lee N7KC, Bert N7CS, Bob K9PQ, Richard K7ITX, Wade W7ITL, and myself, Dave, 87BYM. Anybody else care to check in? And 7QO. And 7QO, we have used listed. A7HYB. A7HYB, we have you added also. Anybody else care to check in? Okay, let's get the net rolling for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. Then on Dave, 87BYM. Let's start off with Ron, 87GKG.
Good evening. This is Ron, KD7QK here. Let's see, I'm trying to think when we last met what we talked about. I know Richard knows this and Dave knows this, but I don't know if anybody else does. So I guess it was about a week ago on about Thursday or Friday. I get this phone call from my son down in Quartzsite, Arizona. And he says, Dad, I'm really sick. He said, I think I have COVID-19. He said, I'm a little better today. He said, I tried yesterday, or last night or something, I tried calling 911. He said the fire station and stuff is only about a mile from me. And I called them and said I needed an ambulance to go to the hospital. And they said that, they said, we're awful sorry, but it'll be a 3 or 4 hour wait. We're so busy before we can get to you. And they said the nearest hospital that we can take you to, they don't have any beds. And if we take you there and you want to see a doctor, you'd have to wait 3 or 4 hours maybe to see a doctor. They said if you're really sick and you're afraid you're going to die, we think you should have somebody haul you either to Phoenix or to haul you to Yuma, and maybe you could get treatment there. So he said he really didn't want to expose his wife anymore and have her, be in the car with him for an hour because he had been isolating himself. They have one of these new sheds that you get, and they had it put kind of next to the motorhome in the garage, and they had turned it into a bedroom. So he had isolated himself in there, and she was just bringing him food and water, and there is a bathroom in the garage. Well, they have a cabana on the side of this 2-car garage. Kind of next to their motorhome, kind of like a big patio, but it has a refrigerator, it has a bathroom, it has a sink, I think it has a washer and dryer. So he had been living, he'd been staying in there for 3 or 4 days. So he told me that he was a little bit better and that his temperature was coming down. So then I called him back the next morning, and he said that his temperature was down. It was still above 100, but it was down. I could hear some congestion in his chest, and I asked him if he was having difficulty breathing, and he said well, not really. He said, I am kind of congested. He said, the bad thing is this terrible headache I have. He said, my headache's so bad, I think I'm going to die. And he said he was having like cold sweats when he lays on a pillow. It's just all wet. So as the days went on, he got better. And I talked to him today, and he's doing pretty good. So he said, you know, he knew that he had reached the peak, and he was getting better every day after, like, last Sunday or something. So I talked to him today, and he's doing pretty good. And his wife, you know, Sherry, she had lung cancer. She had half her lung taken out of her. So, you know, they really don't want her to get it. But anyway, so he said he's way out of the woods. He's almost back to normal. So that's all I have to report for now. So KD7QK goes back to that.
KD7QK is long. Well, we wish I could have to let them recover. Coming down the list, we go to Reed, N7 Reed. Okay, attention 1, 2, 3. You all make it? I'm in, okay. Well, good evening, everybody. This is William 7KC, and Gary, and Jim, Covington Jim, yeah, and Bob, Ron, Dave, and Richard. Ron, I'm really sorry to hear that, but I'm so glad that he's perking up, you know, he's going to be okay. It sounds like he is. That's good. And I'm sorry, you Seahawks fans, it's kind of a rough afternoon for you. But I don't know, I watched most of it. Oh, yeah, well, anyway, I kind of thought they were going to probably just march right through, you know, the playoffs, so it doesn't look like, well, obviously it didn't happen, so another year, maybe it'll be better next year. I really don't have much else to report. I've just been, I don't know, 32 degrees this morning here. That's just about as cold as we've had this year. But it was cold, you know, and it was frost on the roofs and all that sort of thing. But it was 32.0 what is it, lacrosse, I guess, system here, so that's what we had. Anyway, with that, I'll say to everybody, and I'll send it back to you guys. Just 7KC in Philadelphia. Boy, to the Grand Stream crew. Let's go with first, N7CS.
Okay, well, let's see, we got a timer started. Okay, I see him on the stream. Only 1%. Okay, so, yeah, today oh my hair's all messed up. Spent a little bit of time doing some digital testing, so I tried to drive out by Gary's house and had my transmitter running while I did that. Unfortunately, I stopped at a couple different parks and schools that were near his house and didn't actually get any... wasn't able to receive my signal, so one of the things we did is we tried receiving Gary's signal. Now, Gary was sending his data without, he didn't have an amplifier hooked up to his transmitter, but at one of the places that was pretty near his house, I was getting like 100% signal, but I wasn't getting any video, so I've got a theory as to what might be doing that. I sent Gary, I just sent you an email like 10 minutes before the net started, so you probably didn't get a chance to read it yet, but I think, maybe I know, but it's only a guess right now. But yeah, that dongle was only putting out like 50 milliwatts, and I think, I didn't look at it on the map, but Gary thinks it's about a quarter mile from his house. I was getting full strength on the signal. The full MPEG-2 lock, I just didn't get any video. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to start my timer, so I don't know how long I've been talking. Anyway, this is Bert in Marysville, and so yes, back to that.
N7CS. Next up on the list is Gary, C7HYD.
Okay, here I am. WW7ATS, and let's see, the streaming's not live, so I don't know what's going on here. I'll try to refresh the page and see if it came up. And nope, it did not. Okay. The stream was not working today for some reason. Maybe that's an error on my part. Bertie might tell me what I'm doing wrong next time we don't go around. So it'll be audio only, obviously. Anyway, yeah, I was a little disappointed today when Bert and I got together. We spent probably, I don't know, maybe close to an hour communicating with one another. He was over at he stopped over at the park where the Little League plays, and he was picking up signal while he was trying for a signal over there, and that didn't work, that I remember, and I tried to pick up his signal with his receive dongle here, with no success, even though the signal specifications in the program that I'm using did indicate that I was receiving a signal. It just wasn't strong enough to decode. So I wasn't quite really sure what was going on, and then Bert came over here near my house about a quarter of a mile away, and I tried transmitting something up, and he was getting very good signal, but no audio, no video. So anyway, that's a rundown, kind of, I guess I just kind of covered everything Bert said, just kind of back to that. Anyway, it's 41 degrees here with 90% humidity, no measurable rain in the last 24 hours, and the winds are calm. So that's my weather report. Back to you, Dave. KD7ZYM, KD7HYV.
KD7HYV, this is Dave, KD7ZYM, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society at on the 08 machine. And there you did have anything up on streaming. The call sign was very visible. Next up is Bob, K9TQ.
Well, hey guys, I'm seeing Richard at the moment. Oh, here it's switching over to me. There we go. There's the call sign, and back to me again. Yeah, Bert, I saw your emails. Unfortunately, I was in the middle of something, and I could not get away to try out the digital video, but I'm definitely up for doing that again next time around. Well, today was spent with my gaming group that's normally on Friday nights. One person actually had to work Friday evening. The person that normally works has COVID and is out, so he's filling in. So it's touching a lot of lives around. Nobody that I know personally yet. It sounds like that's not the same with some other who you have had personal knowledge of people, but sort of at the second degree, friends of friends or relatives of friends and things like that. So just trying to sort of keep busy here with the digital video and getting things going, and I think I'll just send it back to Ned for now. K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks for that. Let's go to Richard, K7ITM.
Yeah, okay. Well, Gary, I'm not sure why you couldn't see yourself, because I think we all did. We didn't see your camera. We saw your call sign that you normally have kind of as an introduction to your broadcast. So anyway, good to see everybody tonight. Yeah, we're 45 degrees here. My future forecast is calling for rain, so I've got a cloud with rain coming down from it. This morning, though, we were 29 degrees, and we totally forgot about our hummingbird feeder, so we were kind of in crisis mode because the hummingbirds have gotten real used to, partaking, right at our patio and deck every morning, and we have been getting in the habit of, if we know it's going to be freezing, to bring the feeders in at night and then bring them out real early in the morning, and so they're never frozen, and the little guys can have their breakfast. But not this morning. It was very icy. I'm sure they couldn't stick their beaks, or even if they could, they would get brain freeze, or I doubt if they could even get even a droplet. They're just frozen solid. And actually didn't paint above freezing until a little bit after 9 o'clock this morning. So anyway, it was kind of nice to see the sun come out. I was really kind of looking forward to a real nice victorious Seahawks game, but of course that was not to happen. So anyway, it was a good deal though that we had some sunshine to warm up the house through my passive solar system. Passive solar system, just that you wouldn't even realize it just looking at our house. It's just, thankfully, the architect and the contractor put our house with a southerly exposure with quite a few windows, and it really does a nice job. So we'll see what happens as we go through everybody else here. So with that, KD7ZYM, K7ITX, back to net control. KD7ITX, Richard, thanks for joining us, and that acknowledges efficacy of Safety Engineering. Join, and we'll be back to in a bit. But now let's go to the RF group, W7ATS, please. Hey guys, good evening. I'm glad everybody's doing okay. I'm going to make this real short. I'm dealing with something right now, so I'm sorry how more to be sharing this go around, but we'll talk more after the next. But hopefully I'll get back on by the next round. W7ITL, back to net. W7ITL, wait, thanks for that. 610, M720. M7QO, thank you, Dave. Would help if I turned on the transmitter there. Well, let's see. Okay, over here, down the road from you, Dick, I got down to 31 last night here. Having said that, everything was frosty. The roof, the vegetation, and everything, all the vehicles and vessels that were outside. Pretty significant frost over here. I was kind of surprised it was as thick as it was for 31 degrees, but it was. Yeah, I'm looking forward to some weather moving in tonight as well. Right now it actually looks okay outside, but we're expecting it. Let's see. This past Wednesday, I came on the net and found there wasn't any net. And thank you, Ron, for mentioning that there was an email, which I did not check on, saying the net was canceled. I definitely don't check my emails every day. I definitely don't check my email every week. When I was working, I could say I didn't check it every month. I check my work emails, but I don't know. I just get all this advertising and stuff that I don't want. So anyway, and having said that, Bob and Bert, I'll get back to you a little bit later on the net, responding to an email that you sent regarding the website. Reset? And so, let's see. The previous Saturday, I had a problem here. Came out to the shack, turned on the heat. I may have mentioned in the problem I'm having some difficulties with the furnace. Well, so I kind of have the furnace jury-rigged now. I ran a jumper wire from the blower to AC main, so I can get the blower running and I can get it to produce heat. I haven't had a chance to troubleshoot it. I've been kind of busy, all kinds of things going on around the house here. My furnace has a variable speed fan blower, and there seems to be some sort of problem with the motor speed control. So anyway, last Saturday I came out, got the thing fired up, but I also fired up the space heater in the shack and let it sit for a little while. Then I came back out here and found the shack was kind of filled with smoke. And so I figured, well, not a good situation, must be something with the furnace. Well, guess what, it's not. My space heater just took that day to bite the dust. And I can still smell the smoke a little bit in here from a week ago. So anyway, now I'm going to have to find another space heater as well as fix the furnace. But stay with me. And let's see, reset. So the previous Wednesday I missed the net. I didn't even have a chance to tell anyone or check with anyone. What happened, a friend got in an auto accident. It was really funny. Not funny, haha, but funny as in bizarre. She's sitting at a traffic light in a left turn lane. She wasn't even sitting in the front of the line. She was the second one in line to make a turn. And a vehicle came perpendicular to them and turned onto their piece of road. And the fellow was going a little bit too fast and lost control, and he nailed my friend right in the driver's door. And so her car got totaled, and she asked for transportation. They hauled her off, and she was asking for transportation from the emergency room back to home. And so it turned out she was at the emergency room for 7 hours. She insisted that she's okay, but they wanted to do a CAT scan at the very least. And I don't know, it seems to me you can't be real okay if they want to do a CAT scan on you. And so she's kind of banged up, but she's more or less okay. But her car is RIP for her car. Let's see. Ron, reset. And Ron, yeah, sorry about your son. It's good that he's on the mend. I'm just curious if he was ever able to get a COVID test. And if so, do they know if he had the new strain or if it was just the old strain? Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
Yeah, 7QO, again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the old machine. I'm Dave, 7QYF. Yeah. Is there anybody else who would like to join the net at this point? Moving on, again, this is Dave, 7QYM from Lake City. Boy, I've got 43 degrees on the thermometer outside today. Not as chilly as it has been in the past, but it's warming up a little bit. And for me, oh man, it's been a great day. I had a chance to check out a new internet page on the web page that the group has been working on and really find that that's coming along with very, very good. And it's just exciting to have momentum in that area. And then as far as the week has gone, the series has been rather interesting. There's been demonstrations nationally and locally here in this state that has drawn attention on television news. And then the Seahawks game was sort of disappointing today. Then the other major news is that COVID is really getting out of hand in Arizona and California at this point. So we seem to be holding our ground here in the state of Washington, which is pretty good, but our fingers crossed that it doesn't resurge in this area. So that's pretty much what's happening, and for the single shot. It's number 2. It's actually one single shot that I'll be doing. About 10 years ago, I got a couple of single shots, and then a new batch came out. And I had one in October, and due to the second and final one scheduled for this coming Monday, and just I'll check with my provider and see if any COVID shots are available. And if so, if I can sign up for that, I'll be looking forward to that. So that's pretty much this is Dave, 87CYM of Lake City. So let's go to Rob, 87, KU.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave. Good evening to the group again. I didn't say that. This is Ron, KD7KU. So Jim asked about a COVID test. Well, early on, I guess when he first started coming down, or sometime, he went and had a COVID test. But he didn't get the results back for 3 or 4 days, and the results actually came back negative. So he doesn't know if it was an active test, if it was done right or what. So he doesn't know what to think about that, but he thinks that he probably had it. Well, that's all we know. Okay, so I have 39.9 degrees right now, and this morning I had 32, and we had some thoughts. And I did look at the web page, and I thought it looked really good. And I looked through the home page. I can't remember how they're all listed now, but I looked at everything except streaming. And I looked at it on my phone, and then I sat there and thought a minute, and I thought, I don't remember seeing, if I wanted to contact a club, I don't remember seeing how to contact a club. So then I got out my tablet, so it was a bigger picture, and I looked, and, down, I think at the bottom of the homepage in tiny print, it might say QS, WW7ATS, QSL.net or something. And that would be the only thing that I guess I would mention is that might need to be a little bigger. It was a little bit hard to read for me when I was looking at it. I don't see so good anymore. So, that would be the only thing. Oh, and I do have some other thoughts here. Hang on, it's one of my thoughts. I have a bunch of, when Chuck and Dixie, they were in the club, and I can't say Chuck's call my number. When they left, he brought all these CDs over. This one says color bars, FMCGE, and gray bars, no audio, about 2 minutes. And this one says TV test card, video pattern generator. This one says TV card video pattern generator. And here's another one. Let's see, what does it say? More than radio. I don't know exactly what that is. You may have seen it, probably. So let me let it drop a bit. So this one has a note on it. It says Watt Repeater ID. And this one is about an ICOM radio. And this one has the same thing, more than radio. So I remember one time I played one of these, and it was about the old group, and it was about when they had their net, and it showed all the different operators. They were talking and showing their stations and stuff. Now this one is the Columbia Tower. When we were thinking about going, and this one has a picture of Norris, and it's on it and everything, and says Norris is Tower. So I have all of these, and I guess I'd like to pass them on to somebody else, and they can look at them, keep them for the club, or do whatever they would like to. So if there's anybody in the group that would like to take care of them, and maybe edit them, look through them, and decide if they're worth keeping or whatever. But anyway, I've had them now for, what is it, 2 or 3 years, ever since Chuck went down through there. Has been authorized by the Federal Communications Commission to operate an amateur television station using the call KB7. So I don't know, I thought that was kind of nice. They brought it to the breakfast when we had breakfast. I don't know if anybody else has one, but it was given to me by Bill Hoppy. So I don't know if we'd ever want to do anything like that, but we thought. All right, that's enough for now, so back to that, KB7CKU. KB7CKU, thanks for that, Ron, and seeing that information. Good, take a look at. And again, this variety is less than more than the Amateur Television Society's not on the air edition on J57CYS. Let's go to Jessica, 3.703, the low Jessica.
Hello, everybody. This is Jessica KS7UHK, and Ron has your complete set of ATV compact discs over there. So get one, get them all. That's pretty cool. I think I'm too old to take care of those. But you need someone young to take care of those DVDs there, Ron. My Zoom just went up. That's okay. Both space heaters. I just wrote this down here because someone had a space heater that had a problem. You know, I have a boat space heater that does pretty good, and under good conditions or bad, and I really like it. We use it in our trailer all the time. Hummingbird feeder, I gotta go refill mine. It's getting kind of low, and I didn't know they froze. I wonder if I could take a light out there and keep it warm during the night. I don't know if they'd like that or not. Let's see, I still have a possum that comes through my backyard here in my condo, and I see that every now and then. I stick videos up on Facebook about that. And then check up after an accident. You never know what you've heard when you've had an accident, and you might not know for a few days, because I know that for sure myself. Otherwise, I gotta pass it back. This is Jessica KS7UHK.
KS7UHK. Let's go to Louis, M7, put into it. Okay, it was last time, I went to go this time. 1762, the airport address. Well, it's 37 degrees here presently. And, Jim, I hope you did get the email eventually. I use group fire to do that, so, it's whatever that coffee out of that, so I hope you got it. The web page, yeah, looks really nice. That certainly gives attention for a long time. So that's a good one, guys. And Richard, you said it was 29 degrees there. Shake your head up and down if that's what it was this morning. 29, that's interesting because a 4-to-1 mixture of sugar and water doesn't start to start up until 27 degrees. So you use thermometer is shot, or your mixture has got a little more water in it than sugar. It might be, I don't know, do you make your own mixture? You do. Do you do 4-to-1? Is that how you do it? Okay, alright, we'll talk later about that. But I can assure you that 37 degrees is first starting to flush. So I don't even worry about them here until it gets down to, just about 37. And then I actually, I invested in a couple of the flat feeders that have the heaters that attach right to the bottom of it. And they just use one of those little 3-watt whatever night light pumps or something, you've got a miniature candelabra or something like that. They work really well, and so forth. So I haven't had to deal with that yet, but it may be coming, I don't know. So I'm out of time. I've got just a few seconds left. Instead of 3 feet for that, back to you guys. And that is first.
Okay, and I started the timer this time, and let's see if I pop up on, and there I am on the stream. Okay. Ron, I forgot to mention last time around, sorry to hear about your son, but glad he's doing better now. That was a pretty crazy story about the ambulances not even wanting to come and pick him up. I think you said he was in Arizona. I didn't quite catch that part, but I think that's what you said. Bob, you mentioned your gaming group, and that reminded me of something. Just yesterday, up here near Lake Stevens, there's a gaming center called MOB Games, or Man Overboard Games. It burned down yesterday, so we lost our little gaming place up here. And let's see, Gary, I think I forgot to mention this last time too, or maybe you came after me. The YouTube stream should be working. I think there's like at least, what's it say now, 6 or 7 people watching it now, so hopefully you were able to get on there after all. And then, one other thing I forgot to mention earlier, when I was doing my field testing earlier today over in Maltby, and with my handheld Yagi, someone walked up to me and asked if I was hunting aliens. But I didn't quite know how to respond to that. I just said, no, I'm not, and walked on. But that reminded me there's some interesting stuff happening around Parchment and Centauri now, but we'll talk more about that later or after the net. Anyway, this is Bert Mergill, N7CS. Back to that.
Let's go on to Gary, 678YZ.
That's okay, Yankee Bravo. I'll give you the face shot here, or the white shot. Well, Bert, and thanks for working with me today. Sorry we were successful. When you said you had 100% signal, I really thought we were on the line, unless apparently I have not received the email, by the way, that you sent me, as of yet, to possibly talk about what was going on. But there was obviously some error someplace that things weren't working properly. Anyway, I took a look at the website, and I like it pretty well. I missed the ladies, that's too bad. But it's simplified, and I think you get the job done. There'll be probably some input coming later on. The other thing that I want was on the group, the message group. I wonder if we can't change the picture of the stampeding elephant. Or maybe I'm not in the right place. But anyway, that's what I noticed.
and it tells me that they're no longer supporting that. Now, I wondered just how to throw that out. There's a comment. Maybe somebody would have an explanation for that. And we were talking about hospital bills. I got the hospital bill for my stay at Providence from my phone here about two months ago, and almost $14,000 for one day stay. Good thing I wasn't out of pocket. I ended up, my health insurance covered all the $62 of that. Thank God for that. Anyway, so that's my way. That's my story of I also got my ambulance bill too. That was $1,400. So that was an expensive fall, at least for somebody. Not for me, fortunately. Anyway, back to you, Dave, and we'll catch up another go around. He's WAM, case of an HYB.
HYB, again, this is the Washington Amateur Television Society net. And the OHSA is 57YF. Let's do it, Bob, 292.
Well, hi again. I've got some notes. Well, first of all, thanks to Lee for discussing about using a battery charger on my vehicle. I drive it so rarely now, I've been running down the battery, so I have a little battery tender junior, smaller one, and I have it on there now, and it's doing the job just very well. Jim, you mentioned me and Bert on the website. It's actually me and Richard and James. But thanks to everybody for the comments on the website. Yeah, I was definitely looking for any sort of input you've got. Ron, yeah, sorry, I also forgot to mention, I'm sorry to hear about your son with COVID, and it sounds like he's getting better, which is great news. The Seahawks game, I got so disgusted by it, I turned it off about midway through the fourth quarter. I couldn't take it anymore. And it finished about what I expected. Excuse me. With that, I will send it back to them. K9PQ.
K9PQ. Let's go to Richard, K7ITS.
Okay, well, doggone Lisa is right underneath the arm that I'm holding the microphone with, and that's kind of a dangerous spot. Let's see if I can kind of clue you in on what's going on. Oh, and I might as well show you, if I can, stand by. You guys saw my scratch. Well, I think it's healed okay. Let's see if I can get that on camera. Well, I'm going to put the microphone down, that way I can twist my arm a little bit easier. So you can see that it healed up. I mean, as ugly as my skin is to begin with, and then there you can see me as being my friend tonight. So anyway, just kind of, I love my cat, but sometimes I don't trust her, especially when I'm so vulnerable. That's how it goes. Let's see. So, Lee, I said 29 degrees, and maybe that's what's 29, not 39. And then I thought I heard you say 37, not 27. So I'm a little confused about the Hummingbird solution not freezing at 29 degrees. Now, well, okay, I'll take your word for it. Now, I'm not the person that's mixing the solution. That'd be the YL. So Whatever recipe she's using is beyond me. I just know that we boil it really good and that kind of thing, and then we have to let it cool down before we can take it out there, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'll be curious about did I understand the temperature you said, or did I misunderstand? And we'll take a break. And last but not least, yes, Ron's son. That's very, very scary when I first heard about that. And but I'm really happy to hear that he's doing a lot better. Now, I know exactly where he is at. He's in Quartzsite, Arizona, which is is way on the Dingles. It's you're like 2 or 3 hour drive to Phoenix and Yuma, either one, and there's no reasonable hospital I can think of anywhere near Quartzsite, Arizona. It's really out in the sticks, and I just know that because I used to have a place out there, and not at Quartzsite, but kind of in that general area. Well, so that's it for me. I got to protect myself. KD7ZYM, K7ITX, and 73 is probably not going to get back to me. KD7ZYM, K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, and KD7ZYM, move on to wave. W7ATS.
I think I might have missed a few things, but yeah, this is W7ITL. I was kind of listening on the thermometers. It sounded like Richard, the wife or yourself had created the thermometer with sugar and water. That's pretty neat. And Bert, your person that was kind of observing you out when they're doing your amateur TV transmitting receipt work. Multi, they call me, are you looking for areas that have interesting table? It kind of reminded me of a movie a Netflix movie I watched recently about a guy that said he did, he was listening to all of the transmission. I think it might have been an amateur radio operator. But they kind of showed all his transmitters and receivers. Also, kind of look forward to during my next transmission here. But, yeah, the webpage looks really good there, guys. Bob's good job, and I guess who else that you were working with, I have to look back to my notes. So good job, it looks really good. I think this is it for my, Ron, I was going to ask, I'm interested in looking at those CDs, so I might hit you up after the net, I'll take a look at those. Let me say myself back to net. Thanks.
W7ATL, wave, thanks for that. Let's go on to Jim, N720.
M7QO, thank you, Dave. Wow, let's see here. Yes, I did get that email. I just neglected to check it beforehand, before the net. And Bob, yeah, I'm sorry you said it was you and Dick and Jim that were working on that webpage. I read that email, did not get a chance to respond to that, and I wanted to just mention something now. I have 2 comments. One, it seems to me that the station trustee is Bellevue Jim, and 2, is it looked like the PL tone for the 2-meter repeater. It looks like what is there is the tone for the Tiger Mountain machine. I believe it's 103.5 for the Cougar machine. At least that's the last thing that I have written down anyway. Otherwise, it looks good to me. Thanks for doing that. Let's see. Bert. Proxima Centauri. I read somewhere that they discovered water somewhere. Was that it? I'm just curious about that. I won't be on after the net here. And if someone asks you if you're hunting aliens, perhaps you could respond, Nanu, Nanu. Let's see, Jessica, do you recall the brand of the space heater that works well for you? And Ron, with the CDs, yeah, we would probably be a good one to have them. If no one else wants them, I will take them, but I'm not going to have an opportunity to look at them for a while. Probably won't get back to me again, so I will say good night, everyone. Thanks for participating. Hope to catch you on Wednesday. KD7ZYM and 7QO.
N7QO, this is Dave, KD7ZYM. Oh my, such a nice net this evening that we're having. I don't have any other things to report you from Lake City. Trying to look at my image coming in. I think my antenna probably is rotated with the weather conditions we've had. There, going to see a little bit of an image coming up. Lake City was a little fog on my computer at home. Showing the image coming up. And I guess my antenna is still aligned in the right position. Thank you for that. And let's move up to the top of the list again and see how far we can go. Let's start with Ron again, 87,
Okay, don't forget to turn off your transmitter, Dave. Yeah. Oh, let's see. I guess it's not my picture. There's my picture. Okay, well, let's see. Bert, you asked about the ambulance not wanting to come and get him. The reason they didn't want to come is they were overwhelmed. And they said they had a 3 or 4 hour wait, and they didn't know where they were going to take him. I think he said the nearest medical facility was called Richardson or something. I have no idea where that is. And they said if they did take him there, that he might have to wait, 3 or 4 hours even to see the doctor. So they were suggesting that he, drive in, get someone to drive into Phoenix for Yuma. I think Yuma is the closest. I think Yuma's like a little over an hour from where he lives, and I don't know how long it would take to get to Phoenix. Well, I guess, let's see. Yeah, unlike you, I guess Lee and Richard about the hummingbird water. I usually try to bring mine in if it gets down to about 29. I don't worry when it's like 32. I don't know, I always think it's so darn cold, it'll give them an ice cream headache if they drink it. So I feel sorry for the little booger, so I bring it in and I set it on a plate, bring it in and set it on the dining room table and hope that I remember to put it out when I get up early in the morning. Usually when I put it out there, I usually get up about 6:30, so I usually get it out pretty early, but they're out at daylight looking for that feeder, let me tell you. So let's see, I guess the other thing I had to say was, today was haircut week. So this morning, Joanne gave me a haircut, and then I in turn gave her a haircut. I'm afraid I'm not a very good lady barber, but I trim her around the edges, so I cut about an inch off. We do it about once a month, so I cut about, an inch. Almost, I start here, and I start about half. I leave her the hair down about half the ear, so I go a little slower around and come around to the other side. And she's happy, and she's got some pretty good comments on it, so I guess it's doing okay. So anyway, 73 everybody, nice to hear everybody, hear what you've been up to, so back to that, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, let's go to the Zoom group and pick up Jessica, KD7UHK.
Yeah, 7UHK, we have to greet everybody out there, but I just want to say, Virgil, you got to keep a straight face when people ask you about aliens and say, absolutely, would you like to talk to them? And then wait for their answer. So, yeah. Just leave them guessing. Let's see, Richard and your cat just just know that they go for your eyes first. Just remember that. They go for your eyes first. So, if someday you don't wake up, that's where they're going first. And then lastly, if you have, on the space heater is made by Caframo, C-A-F-R-A-M-O, Caframo. And I think it's pretty good. It seems to work very well. And it seems to be pretty hardy. That's what I like about it. And then last thing is Miss. If someone sends you spam and you don't want to send it back, keep coming to you, you forward it to missspam@comcast.net. And if you put that in there, they will try to hunt these things down. You still have to delete it and mark it as spam as yours, but you forward it to missspam@comcast.net, and they will hunt these things down. And I think that's kind of cool, because I've been doing that a lot lately, and I don't get quite as much stuff as I used to get. 73 is just a KF7 UHK.
KF7 UHK, let's go to Lee, M7K treatment, whatever. Okay, well, I'm not going to talk to them. Let's see. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it later. So, listen, everybody, nice to have enjoyed a lot, and always a lot of fun. With that, I'll say 7-3, manager check, and we will see you next channel. So, 7-3, Lee, Port Angeles. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Lee. Let's go to Bert, M7K.
Okay, let's see if I'm popping up on stream. I saved myself on wasting. Okay, so I think, Jim, you were asking about Proxima Centauri. So, back in December, some information came out that a narrowband signal it was at 982.02 megahertz was received from something that appeared to be in the vicinity of the sky where Proxima Centauri was. I think this happened a few months back, and it just came out of the news in December. They're working on a scientific paper about it. It's supposed to be released sometime in early 2021, but we don't quite know when. Apparently the signal went away, though, and no other observatory was ever able to hear it. Though there's this rumor been going around on Twitter that 2 days ago the signal came back, but this is totally unconfirmed, unfounded. It's probably just somebody trolling Twitter, but I've been just kind of following it to see what happens out of it. And then Gary, the video thing, I sent it to your Frontier email address, so I don't know if that's the one you were checking or not, but I think what the problem might be is related to that video pin that I was mentioning. Because these digital signals, kind of like the commercial TV digital signals, there's multiple TV channels that can go inside the carrier. So you may have like in commercial TV, you'll have like one HD channel, and then like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 SD channels that are all in the same I forget what you call it, the packet. I think maybe my receiver was looking for one of the sub-channels, or it wasn't looking for that ID number of the channel that you were transmitting your video on. That's my guess anyway, but we'll have to figure that out. Anyway, we're now at time. This is Bert Marshall, and M7CS. Back to that.
M7CS, good. Very cool. Thanks for that, and thanks for everybody joining on that this evening. We'd like to thank the owner and operators of the OA machine, Attack Computer Group, who allows us to utilize the OA machine for our voice transmission, for our video at Qualcomm Wednesday, Saturday, 9 o'clock in the evening. So with that, I'll be signing off on behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society next. MIT 87CYN, good evening all.
Get the customer, and we'll see if this guy works out. Okay, sure thing. Thanks, K7XYB. This is M7CS. Yeah, I'm home just a month every day, most of the day, with an occasional doctor appointment, so you can always give